Okay, now, because I am just awesome, I have actually finished where I should on the stitch marker. Now, that wouldn't have happened if I'd done it again. It just happened, I don't know why. So what we need to know, or what we need to see is, because it starts with a single stitch, this is our single stitch here, it needs to end in the double, so the two together. Because when we join this, and I didn't join it at first when we did our chain, because we may have needed a couple of more stitches, and I find this way you don't have to keep ripping it out to get the right amount of stitches. So what we do, this bit, because now we need to make it into a hat, needs to come around, and let me just get all the bits out of the way. So it needs to come around to make a circle. Try and hope you can see this without all these bits everywhere. So this is a single, and there's our double, so we've got our two stitches there. And now this is going to obviously join to there. So if we ended in a single, so I've actually ended in a double, which was just pure luck. If we ended in a single, when we join it together, we're going to have two singles together, which is what we don't need. It has to keep that pattern of the two, then the one, then the two, then the one. So let's just pretend, I'll just add a couple more. So we'll pretend that I ended on a single. So it would be a chain, skipping two chains into the next one. So now I'm ending on a single. I'm just going to pull this stitch marker out because it's in the way at the moment to show you guys. So I've ended on a single. So when we go to join, making sure it's not twisted, when we were going to join this part on, see how we've got our single here and our single there? That's not going to work because we've got two singles next to each other and we need it to go, as you know, single double single double. So what we would need to do is, if your stitch marker was here and you ripped it out, you're going to actually lose some stitches, so it's going to be a bit tighter. So you're better off adding to make it a bit looser rather than tighter. So now what you would want to do is do a chain one, skipping two stitches, doing our, so we need to do our double because that's the next part. So now if we ended here, it works out right, doesn't it? Because we've got single, double, single. So when we join it, it's going to continue our pattern all the way around, no matter how we look at it. So I hope that makes sense. But if you ended like me, which was just complete sheer luck, you can end where we finished off. If not, you can add. So if you ended here, you just need to add that little bit extra on. That is why I asked you to add 10 or so stitches, because if we didn't have those extra ones and we ended on the wrong amount, you would have ripped it out and start all over again. So that way it just saves us. Okay, so I'm just going to pull mine back to where I needed it to go to, and we'll continue. So now we have these chains that we don't need. Now you should be able to, if you didn't do your slip knot too tight, you should be able to just wiggle the knot and undo the chain.